Hey y'all, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this really cute fabric bunny. So it's very similar to the mixed fabric cardboard tree that we did back at Christmas time. I have a picture of that one over here, but this time I decided to glue it to a piece of rustic wood that I had prepped. So let's get into the video and I will show you how to make it. So to start off, I just have a piece of scrap wood that I prepped. I stained this in dark walnut and just did some sanding around the edges to give it a distressed look. The wood piece itself is about 8 inches wide and 18 inches tall, and I just got a piece of cardboard that would kind of fit that same size of that piece of wood. And I'm just taking a pencil and kind of sketching out my bunny shape that I'm going to cut out with my box cutter, but you can print out a silhouette if you'd rather do it that way if that's easier for you. But I'm just using a pencil, just starting with drawing the ears and then trying to shape its little head. This doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to get the drawing right on the first try. You can go back over it a few times to make it smaller or bigger if you need to. You just want to get the general shape. We are going to paint over this later on anyway, so it doesn't matter what kind of markings or anything are on it. Now for this next step, I'm using my box cutter, and I do this on my floor just because it's easier for me, but I just go along the outline of my bunny the best that I can to create that shape. You'll see I'm not exactly on where I drew my lines, but you just want that basic shape, so that way when you add your fabric later, it'll look like a bunny shape. So now that we have our little cardboard bunny cut out, we can move on to poking the little holes in our bunny that we're going to stick our fabric through. So I'm just using a pencil for this, and it is a lot easier to poke the holes into the cardboard with the bunny laying down, but I did just want to demonstrate just how to poke the holes through, just how I go about that. Usually I'll do this off camera on my floor just because it's easier to do it on the carpet. So this is how it looks so far. Not all the holes are the same size. They don't have to be. You just need them big enough so that you can stick your fabric through that later on with your pencil. So this is how mine looks now that I've added all the holes in it, and you can add holes later if you find out that you left some spaces when you go to add your fabric. So now I'm going to paint my cardboard. I don't believe I did this with the Christmas tree version of this, but it does help out so you don't have to use as much fabric, so in case any of that cardboard showing through, it's not as noticeable and it just kind of blends right into your fabric. It also depends on the color of fabric that you're using, so most of my fabric is a really light tone, so I felt like white was the best match for that. So the fabric that I'm using, I got it off of Amazon. They're 10 inch by 10 inch squares, and they come with a lot of cute little Easter styled fabric. I had already cut mine down into strips because I was planning on using this for another craft, to be honest with y'all, but they're just cut into 10-inch strips, and then I'm going to cut these into 4 pieces. So at first I was using my wooden dowel to poke my fabric through the holes, so I just put my piece of fabric over top of the hole and then just push that through. That's all you're going to do over the entire bunny. And you can do this all in the same type of fabric if you prefer, or you can mix match your fabric. It all just depends on your preference and what type of style that you're going for. And just some extra tips, it is a little bit better for your fabric strip to be a little wider. It just does better when you push it through if the strip is a little bit wider, but if you have thinner ones like this, that works as well. You may just have to use more of them if they're thinner or smaller. Also, having a double-sided fabric would be better because as it bunches up when you push it through the hole, it may show that plain side of the fabric. This isn't a big deal to me. In the end, you hardly notice it, to be honest, but I do just want to let you know that little tip as well. And this is when I switch over to my pencil when I'm pushing the fabric through, and as you'll see, it is a lot easier to use the pencil, but it really just depends on what you have on hand and what you prefer to use. And I was planning on using only the Amazon fabric that I got, but I decided to mix in a little bit of this mint green chiffon ribbon just because it is one of my favorite ribbons, and it also goes really well with the fabric colors that I'm using anyway. And if you have thinner fabric like this, you can double them up on the fabric that you already use if you want to have like a multi-layer going on. I believe I showed this on the Christmas tree version of this as well, just so you can have a few different layers and kind of mix up the fabric even more. So this is how mine looks now that I've completely filled it in. So you'll see some of the edges stick out, so you'll just take your scissors and go along and trim that up a little bit just so you can try to maintain that shape that you're going for so it looks more like a bunny shape. So I'm just trimming wherever is needed, just trying to round it up a little bit on the ears here. And now it has a more defined bunny shape. I just wanted to make sure that you could tell what this was when you're looking at it and it didn't just look like a bunch of random fabric for no reason. So for our next step, we're going to glue this directly onto our wood sign. Now if you don't want to attach it to a wood sign, you could just make another one and glue them back to back, so then you'll have a full bunny that you can display on your tabletop, or if you want to turn it into a centerpiece. And I managed to make my bunny just the perfect size so that I could center it onto this piece of wood. And at first I was planning on just leaving it this way, but then I decided we could add some little details to it. So at first I was looking at adding a little bunny tail to it, which would be so cute and so simple, and just leave it at that. But I also wanted to see how it would look to add a little bow to our bunny. So I got this burlap ribbon from Walmart, and I just wanted to make a cute big bow for it. So I just bunched a piece of it up together and then just tied it in the center to create a simple little bow for our bunny. And that is what I ended up going with, so I just glued that directly onto my little bunny. And then I thought I could make little whiskers for our bunny and glue a little button for its nose. I thought that that would be a really cute little touch for him to have a little face. So I just add a little dab of hot glue behind it, and then I use my little heart-shaped button here and I glue that directly on top into the center to create a little nose for our bunny. And I do push that down onto the cardboard so that the fabric will glue more towards the cardboard so it will hold it in place a little better. And me just being me, I wanted to add a little extra something on the corners, so I just glued some little rustic buttons on the corner. So here's our little bunny all complete. I think it's such a sweet little project. You can mix and match your fabric, whatever you have on hand, to create this and turn just a simple piece of cardboard into a really beautiful Easter craft. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and thank you so much for watching.